Hey everyone, welcome to us in Haxity. My name is Jonathan Deldestrand and I'm the community manager here at Megapop. With me today I have the lead producer Erlend Kirkebø and one of our developers Itar. We're going to do some gameplay today because we haven't really shown any of it today, so
yeah,
here we go.
Man, we are so excited to finally be able to show you some of the gameplay for this game. As some of you might know, Haxity is a new kind of card game that we are making. We are doing the deck builder genre, and we are combining that kind of with the spirit of fighting games. So we have a deck building card game with the fighting game presentation in Cyberpunk. It's a game where we try to include the fast pace and the action-oriented gameplay, and also where we have the strategic mindset and outsmarting your opponent that you see in card games.
Yeah, so we're just gonna get right into it. Itar gonna leave for his computer now and play versus us, and we're just gonna jump straight into the game. So here we have the game, or like a main menu basically here, and today we're gonna do a quick match, right?
Yes. So this is a deck building game. So a huge part of the gameplay is, of course, building your deck as you play. And the second part is playing your matches. And today we're gonna let you see the gameplay in the match itself.
Yeah, so the deck building part is not 100% finished yet, so we're just doing the meat and the bones of the game, right?
Yes. And we have been having a lot of questions from the community about how the gameplay actually works. So that's kind of what we're gonna show now.
So let's see here. We're gonna play with a friend. You can also play with an AI if you want to practice or just test out new strategies or stuff like that. So.
And in the future, of course, this is gonna be a PvP game, so you're gonna be able to play online as well. So friends, I'm gonna challenge our developer here. And we just gotta wait for him to accept if he dares.
Seems like he's accepting there. So.
All right.
So what do we see here, Alan?
So this is our character selection screen. Currently, we have 3 characters in development. Today we're going to play the Copperson. He is the first character we designed and implemented. And we're going to show more of the other characters in the future as well. But we will start off with Mr. Copperson.
Select Copperson here, and we have then 3 selections of decks.
Yes. So these amazing card packs you see here, they are the starting decks for our character. And here you can see on the right side you have the deck list for all the cards. And this is kind of the window you will use when you are deck building in the future. Get an overview of the cards you have. Today we're going to use a deck called Momentum Size Matters for Copperson. We're going to go into the details of the cards and the strategy of this deck as we play. So we can just start now, I think.
Yeah, just run it up and I hope Itar has chosen his deck.
Yeah, I think yes.
So when you choose your fighter, and you will see them here though.
Yes.
They will get different shading based on random effects or what?
Yeah, we're gonna have we will call it skins. We have different color schemes and shadings for the players you play against. And we will also, if you play against AI, we will make so that the shading, the colors reflect the kind of AI you play against.
Okay, cool.
So if you see maybe the red Copperson, he's the aggressive one, for example.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so now we're in the gameplay screen, and there is a lot of information here, typical for card games. So let's just go by it part by part. As you can see first, there are 2 fighters on the screen here. So that's kind of the fighting game wrapping we are trying to present you. I have my fighter here on my left side, and here's my opponent. So it's a mirror match today. In the top left corner, I have my character information. His icon here, my health bar going here, like in a fighting game.
Yeah.
These are modifications, effects that modify and buffs my character. For this mode you start with plus 20 health in total, and the same for my opponent.
And these mods are something you actually draft in the...
Yeah, that's part of the deck building, and as you play the game and you go through Haxity, you will have different modifications and options to choose from. And this can be everything from the health buff we have here, or things that affect the cards you play.
Cool.
And you can even make combinations and big combos from them. And of course it's very cyberpunk to have mods on your character.
Yeah, augmenting your character.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. moving forward, in the left bottom corner we have like the options and your deck view. Here we can see a number reflecting your draw pile. That's the numbers left in your draw library. On the right side you have the discard pile, which are the cards then that have been moved from your draw and play field and into the discard pile. And if we go into the gameplay screen itself here in the middle, you can see these slots. They're where we play our cards. We will show you now very soon. And at the bottom here we have the cards in your hand, familiar from most card games I would say. Having a nice hover over effect when you look at the cards. And then up here you have the hacks, which we'll get to.
Yeah. Quick notice, most of these are also work in progress. We will update how the UI looks, how it feels, all the responsiveness of it and everything.
Yes, especially for example the hack field here is, you can see it's work in progress, so not everything you see will reflect the final product in that matter. Yeah.
So how does the card drawing and that kind of stuff work from round to round?
So the thing in this game is that you have a deck that kind of cycles. So you draw from your library every turn. The base is that you draw 5 cards. When you have played your cards for a turn and you're at the end of turn, your cards will move over to the discard pile. And then when your draw pile is empty, you will reshuffle your discard pile back into your draw pile.
Okay.
So your cards will cycle several times during the match. And that's kind of something we play into, because you will power up your cards, boost them, make them stronger, so that when you redraw them, they'll get better and better. And if you make like a combo on a card specifically, then you of course want to redraw it later.
Yeah.
So that will be part of the gameplay and part of your strategy.
That's utilizing the digital format to its strengths though.
Yes, definitely. We are designing this as a digital card game. So we are going to modify and change up your cards, maybe create new cards as you play. And yeah, these are the things we're thinking about there.
Okay, perfect. So how does the combat like resolve itself in general? Who wins the combat?
Well, your goal is of course to reduce your hit points of your opponent to 0.
Yeah.
And on your cards you have damage.
Yeah.
And then the goal is of course to play your cards in a way that you execute your moves, aka your cards, while you prevent and stop your opponent from doing their.
Yeah. So cards are divided into 3 different groups, as you can see the color scheme here, which is you can explain quickly.
Yeah, so you can see on my hand here now, I have these cards which are yellow. I have the ones that are blue up here, and then I have one that is red up here. So that's the 3 major card types we have. It's red for melee, it's blue for ranged, and it's yellow for skill. And then in the card play, you will have a system, you can see the scheme for it here, where the ranged blue moves, they beat the red melee moves. The melee red moves beats the skill moves in yellow, and then the yellow skill moves beats the range. So you have this triangle there.
Okay.
And that's of course something you have to think about when you play a game. Our character, Copperson, he is a specialist in the ranged category. So when you face Copperson, you can assume that his strongest and most powerful cards are there. Which means yellow cards are stronger against him often.
Okay, let's. ETR has been waiting way too long now, so let's slot in your cards.
Yes, we're gonna go more into the strategy in the later turns. Let's start by just slotting in some cards here. With this delicious donut good stuff first. Rocket size here in the middle, and then I will have my finisher here. And here you can see something happened with the card when I played it in the finisher slot. And the thing is, when we play out the cards, it's a structure where this is my first move for the turn, this is my middle move for the turn, and this is my finisher move for the turn. And that's kind of affects how the combat resolves. This move will then have an effect for the final or the next move.
Okay, yeah, so we will have a lot of effects that affect other cards in your moveset, and they all execute from left to right.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Alright, so I am happy with the moves I have slotted in. I will click on. And now, when both players have done this, we get revealed the whole playfield. You can see he has done the same finisher as me. But here you can see he has started with a skill move and then a ranged move. And here you can see the whole type triangle, where my red melee beats his skill. my skill beats his ranged. So now I'm kind of leading the battlefield here. I can choose to use hacks now, because what you saw up until now was the move phase. The phase of the game or the turn where you play out your moves. This is the second phase, which is the hack phase. And here you can hack your moves in play.
Yeah, so hacking is a way to alter the combat basically?
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And for example, since I have priority now to play my hack, I can choose to, for example, use a buff. I will do that now. I will buff this move, make it stronger. And now you see the momentum value of it went up. And let's see, I passed the priority to him, to ITR. Let's see if he has any response to it.
So considering, like in normal card games, you have something called card advantage.
Yes.
That is not something we have necessarily in here because you always cycle in your cards.
Exactly. So you will always draw cards. You will always have moves to play. When it comes to moves, it's often more about having the strong cards available. Having card selection is more important than necessarily having many cards or many moves in your deck. When it comes to the hacks, that's kind of where you see the real aspect of card advantage, the traditional aspect of card advantage. The more hacks you have available, the more options you have in the hack phase. You can see now he has only one hack left, while I have 2 hacks left. I was the starting player this match, so I start with drawing an additional hack. Of course, the downside is that I have to use my hack first.
Yeah, because the hack phase resolves when both players pass, basically.
Exactly. And now you can see he responded to my buff by using something called suppression. Suppression removed the keyword, so it also removed the buff I put on it. So he kind of countered my play.
Yeah.
I am happy with the outcome now, still. I am still winning this round, so I will happily pass. I can see he has only 1 energy left to play hacks, so most likely he can't do anything crazy. So I will pass.
Then we have our third turn, basically, or third part of the turn.
Yes, this is the execution, and here we execute the move and kind of just enjoy the show as the characters fight.
You see here, carpets are shooting each other in the face, and looks like you came out well ahead here now, doing 18 damage DTR. We only answered with 7.
Yeah, and this was a good turn for me because I also got to buff my character in general with the first move, and you can see here I got some buff effects. I increased all his core abilities, making my attack stronger, and also toughness, meaning I have better defense.
Yeah, and you also see that reflected in the cards.
Yeah, you can see the numbers here are green, meaning they have a buff on them.
Yeah. So it's really good to really always see how much damage you're actually going to do instead of have to calculate how much strength I have compared to...
We will always show the final damage number here. So because this is a game where we have like percentage buffs, we can have many sources that affect the final damage number. And we don't want the players to spend time calculating all the numbers, how they add up. So we're gonna show everything on the cards here. So yeah, that was the first down. Now we are in our second turn. You can see us already play this move, probably a bit impatient.
Yeah, he's waiting. Usually it goes much faster than this.
Yeah. Our goal is to have like a match B at around 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really having that smooth and fast pace of the gameplay.
Are we planning any kind of like timer so you have like actually a time to slot in, or?
Yes, we will have a timer because it is gonna be an online game. Yeah. You don't want to have your opponent going AFK during the match.
No, of course not.
So there will be a timer. Let's strategize a bit. So I have here Combat Shield. It's a non-attack, which gives me 8 shield. They prevent temporary damage. Or they are temporary health buffs that prevent damage. And also it buffs my next attacks this round. Okay. So it's a nice starter. It gives me some shield for the turn and it buffs my moves. Second, I have like 2 similar cards here. Hot Shots. It has an ability called Momentum, which is kind of Copperson's signature keyword. If you read it on the text here, it says increases damage every time this card executes. So every time this card is played and actually executes, it's not countered, it gets permanently stronger for the match. And here we can see how cycling this card, playing it over and over, makes it stronger and stronger. And then of course, if you are able to combo it with something that maybe replays it, makes it happen additional times, then you really got something going. This is just a straight up punch, a strike in red. And finally, I have a move that gives vulnerable. Vulnerable is a debuff on my opponent, which makes the damage on him greater. So here I want to make this in the middle slot, and then momentum in the final. If I am to hit with all this, I will make him weaker here, so I get more damage in the final one.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Let's see if he has something better. Oh wow, it's almost the same plan.
Yeah, it's a different skill.
He is starting with a different move here. It's called double tap. This one gives his next move replay, and replay is really scary, especially with Copperson. It basically means that the whole card is replayed.
Even with buffs.
Yes, exactly. And for this one, it means that he hits for 7 2 times, and he gives vulnerable to me 2 times. Then I would end up getting 4 stacks of vulnerable.
So that's 4 turns of vulnerable.
4 turns of vulnerable, and that would be extremely heavy. If he had had momentum with replay, it would have meant that the card hits, it gets stronger, then it hits again with the buff on it, and then it gets even stronger another time.
Oh, yeah.
So it lacks super potential. Here you can see he already started with the hack. He used the momentum hack that I used previous turn. And the benefit of him doing that is it costs little energy. So he can pass the turn while still having options to follow up. So let's see. I don't really like him having this move with replay. So I will use this hack. This hack is called Override Fire. It replaces one of my moves in play with a new move. So I will do that to get in a ranged move, which counters this one. Let's see if he has any options now.
So he has one of the things like to really excel in the hack space is also knowing the energy cost of different hacks.
Yes, exactly. And like for example, here I have a hack called Swap, which is definitely one of the most powerful hacks in the game. It allows me to swap any move I have in play, and he used a version of it now. It only costs 3 because he used the adjacent swap, which means he can swap position of 2 adjacent cards, which he just did. So I used my hack to get in Override Fire to counter his move in the middle, and then he responded with swapping them.
Yeah.
So now he is countering both my plays here, and he gets what I fear the most.
the replay. Yeah.
He gets replay on his momentum move, so this is gonna hurt a lot. Luckily, I have passed here. Should I use it?
Yeah, you should use fast. So
now he doesn't get the benefit of replay at all.
Yeah. So fast is also fast and slow is also an interesting mechanic. Like most cards are not fast or slow, but fast or slow are a different keyword, right?
Yes. So normally cards have just normal non-defined speed. And then we have fast and slow on top of it. So in our game, since we have these 3 card types, we have the melee, skill, and ranged. Whenever melee meets melee, both will execute. But if one of them is fast or the other is slow, the one that is faster will win.
Yeah, so it's basically giving priority. So instead of having beating or going equal or beating one type, you actually beat 2 types.
Yes, exactly. So let's see, you can see my character is debuffed because he did land the vulnerable. So I'm still vulnerable this turn, which means I will take a lot more damage if he gets his moves in. So let's see what I want to do this turn. I don't like this too much now because he has his ranged moves. I do have 2 of this, I like that. So maybe I will start with this one. I will finish with this one, and then I will have the one that gives the next move fast in the middle.
Oh.
And the reason is because this one will get stronger if this one hits, and then I can have the one with the raw power higher first. So I don't have all the eggs in the same basket here.
Okay, smart.
And another nice thing is that I have ranged on each side, and then I have skill in the middle. Because if you see here, I now have an adjacent swap. And if I had 2 ranged next to each other, it doesn't help me anything swapping them, because the types are still the same. So now I can switch position with the skill in any side here.
Big brain time.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the mind game we want. This is kind of how I plan my turn. Let's see what he's doing. Oh,
whoa!
I'm going first, so this is a bit... It's not optimal, because all my hacks are major, they affect the board in a major way. I can swap or I can replace any move, and I don't really want to do that. If I pass now, he's free to do whatever he wants to. The benefit is, of course, I still have these resources for next turn.
Yeah.
The hacks, they don't rotate away. They are used when they are used.
Yeah, so basically, in the current situation, you're in control. You're just like, well, I have to pass.
Yeah.
He might swap and ruin everything, but at least you're saving resources.
Yes. If I had a minor hack here now, like just a damage buff or something, then I would use it. So I would stay in the hack phase. But unfortunately, I only have these big hits here. So I will pass and let's see what he can do.
I learned a thing or two in the Force.
See if he has a swap. He has already used one.
He has used the adjacent swap as far as I can remember. He probably still has his normal swap. Then he would use all his energy.
So if he has a swap, adjacent swap here, or normal swap, he can at least win 2 of these fights. And it seems like that's the way.
That's the 2 he prioritizes.
He still gets off all the damage though.
Yeah. In this move he has something that's called multi-hits. Let's see if I have it. Yes, I have it here myself. 3 times 2, so it's 2. Like it's not replayed that the whole card replays, but the damage happens twice. So the 3 damage happens twice. And this card also has momentum, so it kind of combos with itself. Because when the momentum trigger, the damage increases permanently. And since the damage happens twice, this benefit is double.
Yeah, double momentum based.
Yeah, and buffing the momentum on this card is also very potential. Let's see then, what do I do this turn? I have my possibility to do the replay trick here. Let's do that. And then I have the finisher, it's the best move to give replay to. And what do I want to start with?
Another skill, or maybe heavy-handed for vulnerable. So you have all 3. You have a swap here.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because I have swap options here. If I get all 3 types in play, I can always counter something.
Yeah.
So let's do that. That's a good suggestion.
It's a mind games here.
Oh, what?
Ooh, he has a heavy finisher here though.
Yeah.
And it gets replay as well. That's gonna hurt.
I can't let this happen. I have to counter it. That's fine. I can live with that. The problem now is if I swap my skill in here to counter his, my range get countered by his replayed. We both end up with doing nothing. It's still better than this happening, but I can put in maybe I should swap these 2. Yeah, let's do that. Because then I can counter his replay, at least.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. He can still swap though.
He has still the energy for it, and he has still a few hacks. Maybe he has something that can swap. Now the ball is in his court again. I still have 1 hack I can play, because this only costs 2 energy and I have 2 left. It's the same one he uses there. Puts in a strike. He has his move here. I can't do anything about it right now. I can put in something that is equal. I'm not sure if it's worth using hack for it though. Because he will probably try use this later as well. And then it's nice to have a strike again.
Yeah, just swap in whenever you want. Yeah.
So I will let this be. I will take more damage now. I get to make him vulnerable at least. Pass.
It's a risky pass though, that's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage, and this just gets stronger. The reason it's so heavy now is because I am vulnerable.
Yeah, you take 50% extra damage.
Yes. So let's see. Actually I passed, and he didn't pass his last play, so he could have something more on his hand.
So 2.
It's with 14, 9, give me vulnerable.
It's 22 though.
You also see my card, when I hit him with vulnerable, the card numbers, they went up, and that's because we real-time recalculate the number because he got the debuff.
Smart though. So we know he has Executioner now.
We know he has Executioner.
And it's scary.
It's really scary. I think the chance for, because he has these kind of cards too, the chance of him having a finisher or just a hot shot in the final spot, it's very likely.
Yeah.
So I could, for example, I could just waste this here just to counter whatever play he would put there. And then I focus my strategy here for this round.
Yeah. But what if he thinks that you're gonna do that?
Exactly. And so like, am I gonna like just? So that's the kind of the beauty we feel we have here. You can straight up just focus on what's the best play you yourself can do. You're like playing solitaire almost, where you just, okay, what's the maximum potential for myself here? Or you can think, what's the most dangerous pattern for your opponent and have that in mind as well. Or as you say, you can think that he thinks, and then that's how it goes.
The mind game starts. And both of you are starting to get pretty low on HP as well, so you need to think.
We are getting low on HP at the same time as our cards are getting critically high on damage. I want to see if he has a skill in his first slots. And I will have... Now I have the 3 types again as well. So I'm choosing to play this in the final position. It's really bad for me to do it, normally.
Why not play the combat shield instead though?
Instead of this one?
No, instead of the that skill.
Oh, well...
Now, it doesn't matter though, because the combat shield is end of turn effect, right?
Yeah, because this bonus doesn't last until the next turn.
Okay.
The thing is, if I have this one here now, and he decides to swap in a way that forces me to swap this into middle, it's much better to have this available.
That's true.
So let's play.
Let's see here.
Okay, this...
Oh, he did the big play.
He did exactly the same thing. He put his finisher move in the starter. Because the numbers on this card is ridiculous now, so it doesn't matter anymore. If he gets the finisher bonus or not, it doesn't really matter. So he did the same thing. He still put this one here. One thing I can do, I have the pure swap. I can swap these 2. Then I will lose here. That's not optimal. If I put my hot shot here, I will not die yet. I will go to 2. Let's try that. I will go to 2.
You're playing with your life here.
Yes, that is. You have to. This game, you have to take some risk and just go with it.
And it's a game of like a lot of positive feedback loops, like because of the momentums and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you need to, as long as you build momentum, you can really adjust just having one attack go through. Like here, one attack going through, but it chugs you for, well, almost killing you now, but it's like 1/3 of your total health.
Yes, it's a bit funny because we both go to 2 life if this executes. Now you can see he buffed this card. That means he has some plan here.
Yeah, he probably wants to pass it over to you,
yeah,
and then he wants to swap. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He wants me to reveal my cards first before he does his trick. He used hack I have here, paper cuts. It costs only 1 and it gives only 2 damage bonus for this turn. The nice thing about this hack is it has something called echo, which means when I play it I get a copy. And that's kind of perfect for this situation because I can use it now. Only 1 energy and I get the copy, so I don't use the card advantage. So it's a nice way to stay in the loop. So now I do the same as him. I will use it to... But I have initiative, meaning my hit will go first.
Okay.
But the problem is I can play one thing now. Okay, he will die unless he counters. He can counter with getting this in. If he does that, his range will beat my range here. I don't have energy for my swap anymore, so I can't really think too much about that. I have paper cut still, and I have override strike. Override strike can counter this one only. Let's use the paper cuts, I guess.
On which card though? That one?
Yes, I think so. Oh, if he has to counter it anyways. It's not. I will just use it here, I think.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Like if he has swaps, he wins.
Yeah, I think so. I think he will win if he has the swap. Oh,
it's fast.
No. Oh, I have suppress.
Oh!
I'm moving the keyword. Yes!
That means we win. Yeah, perfect. Oh, that's well played. All the way down to the wire, though.
But there you can see like the intensity, because I was sure he had a swap there.
Yeah.
I think you thought so too.
Yeah, I thought so too. He set it up perfectly to have a swap there.
That's nice. This is not scripted that we would win.
No.
I think he really wanted to win.
He's the office champion currently.
Yeah, he is actually.
Yeah.
He's won 2 of our in-house tournaments.
I wasn't participating. But yeah, this was the great thing of the Haxity, just the general gameplay here, showing off a little bit how it plays out. It's still a work in progress.
Yes.
Still a lot more to come.
Yes.
But I think we are at least showing you a little bit how this game works in a general sense.
Yes. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. It's been great showing you all of the gameplay. If it's anything else you want to see, just join our Discord, tweet at Play Haxity or something like that. Just join the Reddit. Just ask me a question on Steam or whatever, and I will try to answer, or Alan will answer. Some of the developers, all of them are active in Discord.
Yeah.
If you want to just talk card games, that's also on the Discord.
Oh yeah, we have so many card game discussions.
Link to all of this is in the description of this YouTube. But for now, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. And we will love to have you play Haxity in the very, very near future.
Yes.